Alright everybody, we got a little bit of drama on set. Valkyrae seems to be calling out Jason Momoa, and before we go any further, I gotta call out the elephant in the room. Why don't I have a shirt on?
This guy is such a tool bag.
It's 3 a.m. right now, and I just woke up and I couldn't sleep, so I did what everyone does and started scrolling, and I saw this and I said, you know what, why not just make a YouTube video on it, because we are up. So, let's break this down. Valkyrae says she appears in the live-action movie Minecraft. Thought Jason Momoa was a bit rude to the crew. So as I read this, we'll have this playing in the background, right, shall we? So she was saying, I saw him mistreat some of the crew, and it was pretty disappointing. I mean, it was after a very intense scene, so maybe he was still in character, ... He was just really mad at them, and they weren't doing the right thing. It was like setting up a shot, and he was angry, and he was yelling, and I was like, man, this isn't a good work environment. I would not be happy in these conditions. And when you just read that on paper, you could take it a lot of different ways. I don't know Ray, but just saying, like, she seems to be a positive person. So knowing Ray and that she's a positive person, she's probably doing this in a reflective sense of like being grateful that she's a streamer and that this is just an opportunity, and this isn't how she has to stress to make her 9 to 5. But at the same time, on Jason Momoa's end, man, it sucks to see that you have characters who people definitely look up to, like this Aquaman. I know he's in so much more than Aquaman. That's just the first thing that's coming up to my mind. Now, obviously, this, you don't ever want to have like being an asshole attached to your character. It's never a good thing, right? I think we can all agree on that.
Okay, next question.
Dear God.
Worst celebrity or streamer experience? You don't have to say the name.
I will say the name. Ooh. Okay.
Who's an asshole? Who's a fucking asshole?
Okay. I mean, it's already out anyways, whatever. He was.
Oh, it's a he.
Yes. How do I say this? So Minecraft movie. I have a cameo in the Minecraft movie. It's coming out. I would have to say Jason Momoa.
Really? Aquaman?
I just saw him like mistreat some of the crew, and it was pretty disappointing. It was after a very intense scene, and it was a very emotional scene, so maybe he was still in character, I don't know, but I just was kind of surprised by how he treated like some of the crew, and it was like,
what would he do? Like, he said, give me a fucking coffee.
Some of these comments, just looking at this, are kind of funny. It's like, not the Minecraft movie having a toxic work environment. I mean, the irony in that is just, come on, I think it speaks for itself. You saw one moment of frustration and called it a bad work environment. See, this is what I'm afraid of, is if you just take this contextually, yeah, like if you just look at this, then you're probably thinking, man, she's just bitching. But I don't know. I knowing Ray, I think, or at least knowing the persona of Ray that's online, she's a super positive person. So I'm gonna give her the benefit of the doubt and saying that she's reflecting back and saying that she is grateful for the opportunity, that this is something that she do, and that this isn't her 9 to 5. And the fact that she has the privilege to be able to do something like this is freaking cool, man. But I mean, honestly, Jason has a really stressful job. Ray wouldn't understand as she sits in a chair all day streaming. Well, that's a whole different misnomer that people think streaming necessarily is an easy job. Is it a hard job? No. Is it easy? Yes, but that doesn't mean it doesn't come without its cons, right? I would be harsh too if I was looking like the Barbie movie. Yeah, she's barely in the movie industry, and she's already talking the drama with one of the biggest stars. They're definitely not calling her back on set after this. That's probably true, but at the same time, if she's doing it, she probably saw the light and was like, this is not worth my time. He probably got pissed that he didn't even have enough ore to craft a full armor set. I mean, true. Dude, this guy's based. I'd be mad too if I was in this movie. Not Jason Momoa. Ray should understand that at times one have a bad day in the office and you can't condemn or pass judgment based on that day. Have we seen this in a staff crew member coming up and complaining mistreatment? Let's be factual at times. I mean, once more, that we can't say that let's be factual, but this is a good point. It's like everyone has a bad day. I have days where I feel depressed. I have days where I feel great. I have days where I just feel angry at the world and I want to burn it all down. And depending on how you catch me on those days, you may find a very different Elliot, even though I'm the same person each and every day. And I think you guys could relate to that. Whereas just some days are good days. Some days, not so good days. You know, I've done it with the Minecraft movie. Some days are not so good days. Some days are better than others. So when you see somebody like this or you hear a story like this, take it with a grain of salt. Don't pass any real harsh judgment on Momoa or on Ray. I mean, anyone passing judgment on Ray on this, I think, is a little hypercritical. And I think anyone using this to slander Jason Momoa, really, yeah, this is what you're going after. But I don't know. I just wanted to put this out there and just see what you guys have to think. Am I not being too harsh on this? I feel like this is just kind of a non-story, but still, at the end of the day, Valkyrae's in Minecraft, and she calls out Jason Momoa. So, content.